What's up, people? What's going on? Thank you for joining me. This is going to be talking points today. And as I told everybody before who's been following up to this point, which thank you for that, I'm going to touch on the human trafficking situation going on in this country. And since no mass media establishment wants to touch it, not CNN, not Fox News, not NBC, not MSNBC, no one's reporting on this and connecting the dots, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because what we seem to be reporting on is how completely batshit crazy Donald Trump is, and
I view it as a badge of honor.
And how small his hands are, and
look at those hands.
How much money he's spending in his journey in the White House as opposed to how much Barack Obama spent. These are the focal points of the news right now, and it's driving me batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy.
We're gonna reel this in, and we're gonna start talking about human trafficking, the Department of Homeland Security, Jeff Sessions, him getting sworn in on the 9th, the executive order. But let me start off with this, okay? This is a fun fact statistic. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, 1 in 6 runaways are involved in human trafficking. And we have a statistic where they estimate that 4.5 million people are trapped and forced in sexual exploitation globally. Now, the reason that applies to what's going on with what I'm going to talk about is we've had mass arrests in the United States in the last 30 days since Trump has been sworn in. Now, why this is so relevant and no one's talking about it, I don't understand, because human trafficking and child trafficking arrests are up over 1,000% increase. The Department of Homeland Security has now shifted its attention from terrorism to child trafficking and human trafficking now. But for starters, I want to go ahead and just give you a quick outline and trying to validate as much as possible. So here, let's start. January 27th, 42 were arrested in a Tennessee sex ring. Now, also, let me mention before I go through these stats really quick here that every single one of these mass arrests has had the FBI involved. Now, why does that matter? Who's in charge of the FBI in the department? This is now Donald Trump's White House. He can control the FBI through executive orders. Jeff Sessions is in charge of the FBI. So let's look into this for a second here. All right, the 42 arrested in Tennessee. January 28th to January 31st, we had a mass sting operation in California. Over every county. 474 people were arrested, 55 were saved, and 28 children were rescued out of this operation. Have you heard about this yet? There were 11 rescued with no arrests in New Orleans on February 1st. 9 arrested and 31 children that were saved in a Haiti bust. Why is Haiti relevant in this situation? I'm just throwing some speculation out there. Laura Silsby. Look into her and who she is and what she got arrested for, trying to traffic kids out of Haiti. Also look at the connection with Silsby and Clinton. We have 108 arrested in Illinois, February 5th. 29 of those arrests were actual traffickers. We had mass arrests, over 750 arrests right around the February 5th area for the Super Bowl, in between Texas and Illinois. That's a big deal, over 750 human trafficking arrests. Now, let's just wrap this up, try and get it really quick here. 16 arrested, February 14th, Detroit Auto Show. Polk County, we had 42 child pornography-related arrests, and 11 arrests in Virginia on child exploitation charges. Let's just stop there for now. There's a couple more, but I've given you enough. We've had more arrests in the last 30 days than Trump has been sworn in for human trafficking, child prostitution, child pornography, than we have had in almost any year in the history of this country. Why is nobody reporting on this? February 2nd, news sources reported that Lisa Marie Presley, she said that her children got taken away and was handed over to child services because her ex-husband, Michael Lockwood, had hundreds of photos and videos that were disturbing of children and her children on his computer. This is February 2nd this happened. Now, this happened in Los Angeles. What else was happening around that period of time? January 28th to 31st, we had mass arrests, human trafficking, 474 arrests. That's Elvis Presley's daughter. Have you heard about this? Because not a lot of people have. We have the Sandusky arrest, Jerry Sandusky's son. How does this correlate to Clinton?
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far.
This correlates to Clinton because her brother, and we have a two-degree connection right now with the son of Sandusky and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's brother was a football player who was coached by Joe Paterno. The Alderton connection. Alderman Thomas Katziantonis, February 14th, was raided by the FBI, 3 of his businesses. He's a New Hampshire representative directly connected to Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Look this up for yourself. I'm not just spitballing, I'm not making this up. Why isn't mass media not reporting on any of this? I look at it this way. Actually, let me touch on one point first. And somebody asked me this, how we're trying to correlate this all to Trump. Why does Trump deserve credit? Or why should he get credit for these arrests? Because the investigations happened before. That's a good question. That's a valid question that people need to debate and topic. It's not one that I can answer readily right now. But I have another question I'd like to add to that. Why is the green light to do this happening now? Why, as of February 4th, did the Department of Homeland Security release a commercial, which, actually, I'm going to stop right here and let you view this commercial. February 4th, Department of Homeland Security shifted their attention from terrorism to human trafficking. Here you go. Check this out.
The signs are everywhere. Sometimes you just have to take a second look. Human trafficking is modern-day slavery, and it happens in our own communities. Victims can be any gender, age, or race. Join the Department of Homeland Security's Blue Campaign to learn how to recognize and report this heinous crime. Your second look could be their second chance.
Okay, now, what do we have on February 9th? February 9th, we have the swearing in of Sessions. Now, I'm going to give you a little clip here. At the very end of all the swearing in process, when Trump sits down with Sessions to sign the executive orders, the first order is about human trafficking. All right, number 1. He looks at the camera, and watch closely when he accentuates the word trafficking, and he looks at the camera when he signs this order. This is February 9th.
Mr. President, these are proposed executive orders approved by the Department of Justice.
Enforcing federal law with respect to the transnational criminal organization and preventing international trafficking. Will be accepted. Thank you. Trafficking.
All right. Now, a lot of these mass arrests happen right around this time. The only time that was in a little bit of distance from this were the 474 California arrests. Now, the actual arrests, the executive order, the commercial Department of Homeland Security, the statistics, all these are facts. This is all fact. But I'm speculating the connection. Anybody with the brain can look at this and see what's going on. All of these arrests had the FBI involved. Why is this just happening now, under Sessions' watch, under Trump's watch? Why is this occurring? Why do we have more human trafficking and child trafficking arrests in the last month than almost any year in the history of the United States? Why is the Department of Homeland Security shifting its attention, okay? Everybody's talking about what he hasn't done, how much money he spent, what's going on. And this really isn't so much about defending Trump or being a part of Trump, his movement. This is about why the hell is nobody talking about the mass arrests? Does the systematic screwing, raping, and abuse of kids not matter to you? And to all of you people out there that are watching this, and you research this information and you look at it, from the perspective of an abuse survivor, which I am, if you take the time to share links and spread propaganda or spread information about what's going on in the White House, what's happening in our justice communities, you owe the victims 5 minutes. Ask your mass media sources why they're not reporting on this. Why is this being left alone? Do you want to live in a country where children are being shipped, sold, and raped? Because I don't. Your silence is apathetic. Apathy is the glove into which evil fits its hands. And let's question our authorities. Let's question our journalists. Let's question our networks. Thank you very much for paying attention and listening. Start to piece this stuff together because it's terrifying. Okay? Thank you again very much. I'll see you later.